From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
Well, hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. I am Keith Allen, and proudly welcoming you into this Friday's edition of the weekend edition of For the People. For December 29th, 30th, and 31st. It is the last show, if you will, of 2017, and I'm glad that you stopped by to listen in because we do have a good show lined up for you. We're going to start off with the accomplishments, and many of them from the president, though the left has said nothing good about any of the accomplishments of Donald Trump, even though they have benefited from it. Tax breaks, etc., but they'll never admit it, that we're safer, we're stronger, the economy's better. There are a lot of good things happening, so we're going to cover that. How was your Christmas, by the way? Hope you enjoyed yourself. Some of you, crazily, for some reason, it must be out of your mind, other than because you have family, so I guess you're not so out of your mind. You go to a colder place. I mean, man, you want to talk about cold in Michigan. You're talking negative digits. The Midwest, very cold and snowy. Some of the temperatures for New Year's are going to be the coldest on record in many parts of the United States. And you talk about global warming, it just kind of makes you scratch your head and wonder. Of course, Donald Trump's weighed in on all of that with global warming, as you can imagine. I don't think the guy's against it. I just think a lot of the science is balderdash because Al Gore said in his first film, in The Inconvenient Truth, that Miami and most of Florida had been underwater by now. And it just simply isn't. It's convenient for him because he's made a lot of money and a lot of environmentalists. I think a lot of them mean well, to be honest with you. I think the earth is changing. It has changed. There's a lot of reasons for that. I think methane gas is one of the dangers with billions of animals on the planet, which is stinkier and gunks up the atmosphere worse than any human. Some scientists say that. Population explosion. We got billions of people on the planet, billions of animals on the planet. We're taxing resources. But the earth has gone through a lot of changes in so many millions and millions of years that it's been here. I've seen the earth change in 47 years that I've been on the planet. Some winters are more severe than others. It looks like this year we have one of those years where we get definitely colder temperatures. So bundle up wherever you might be. All right, so let's look at Trump's first year in office. Many of you know that's been met with unprecedented resistance from the critics in and out of government. But most of us that have rallied around what many call his unique commander-in-chief style has made some of his biggest accomplishments. And we're going to go over them. So the first one, and we're talking about 12 of Trump's biggest accomplishments in 2017. So number one, rebounding economy. By the end of 2017, the economy is soaring with more than 3% growth from July through September, which is the highest quarterly performance in 3 years, according to a lot of economists. The 4.1% unemployment rate is the lowest in 17 years. The stock market has hit record highs of more than 60 times during the year. And Trump has promised continued growth in business and jobs with the passage of the tax bill. That's pretty exciting. I mean, if you're a business person, you're in business. If you're looking for work, looking for new opportunities in the coming year, in the coming years ahead, it is going to stimulate the economy. It's going to provide more jobs, bigger paychecks. go for it in 2018. That's what I say. I think it's a beautiful thing. So rebounding economy, that's the first one. Number two, and this is a big one. And of course, you know, the fake news networks, the Washington Post and the New York Times, none of them are going to give credit for this big one. And this is huge. Huge. The victory against ISIS. After the terrorist organization took over major parts of Iraq, Trump, as promised, on the campaign trail to defeat ISIS, to crush them. The fall of the ISIS caliphate was announced in December by Iraqi Prime Minister Haidar Abadili, who declared, Abdullah, is that his name? Okay. He declared victory by Iraq military forces, an American-led coalition. That's a pretty big feat here. An estimated 35,000 ISIS fighters held approximately 17,500 square feet of territory in both Iraq and Syria. As of December 21st, the U.S. military estimate the remaining 1,000 or so fighters occupy roughly 1,900 square miles. Massive defeat, maybe the size of Ohio now, according to the Pentagon stats, as far as what they're able to control right now in Syria, about the size of Ohio. And that's going to be crushed very, very shortly. That was a huge achievement. Of course, another one that was underreported by the mainstream media. The appointment of conservative judges. That's a big one. Oh, yeah. Trump set a record for the most confirmed appellate judges in a president's first year. According to ABC News, by the way, they reported it. ABC News. Sometimes they get it right, like a clock. Like a broken clock that tells time at least once a day. But according to ABC News, reported by December, Trump had 19 federal judges confirmed, including 12 circuit judges, 6 district court judges, and a Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, who replaced the late Antonin Scalia. That's huge. And for any Republican, any true conservative, to have these conservatives on the bench, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Huge victory. Okay, like I said, wow, ABC News reported it right. Wow. Most will not. And a lot of the stuff, if it does get reported, it's buried. If you look for it, you know that. Go to the New York Times, might be on page 30. Might. Oh, the huge tax cuts, that would be number 4. You know, he called for the tax reform package, that passage by the Senate and House, a Christmas gift for middle America. He had signed it into law, meeting his year-end forecast. The tax bill provides the most sweeping tax changes in 3 decades. 3 decades, folks. Lowering the corporate tax rate from 35 to 21% with the aim of stimulating long-term growth and the creation of jobs. That's good news. Number 5, repeal of Obamacare's individual mandate. The tax bill includes a provision repealing a mandate that forced Americans to pay a penalty for not getting health insurance. Many people choose to pay the fine rather than the cost of high premiums and deductibles under the Affordable Care Act. Trump said the move will eventually end Obamacare, which depended on the mandate to keep working. There's another one. Slashing federal regulations, number 6. This is a big one. Many business leaders, and you might be one of them, complained of strangling Obama-era regulations that slowed the economy. And we heard all about it. Trump got rid of many burdensome regulations under the Environmental Protection Agency, the Education Department, and Health and Human Services, the Federal Communications Commission, reversed net neutrality, which opened the way for entrepreneurs to compete on the internet with colossal corporations with less government oversight. But Trump also reversed Obama's blocking of the Keystone Pipeline. Another victory. Oh, yes, the travel ban. Before I forget, Trump's controversial for some ban faced legal challenges by lower courts, as you know, received approval from the Supreme Court to go ahead with a third revision of the plan. While the challenges continue, the New York Times reported Trump issued the ban for national security reasons and to protect American jobs. The ban restricts travel from people from predominantly Muslim countries, Iran, Libya, Syria, Yemen, Chad, Somalia, as well as people in North Korea and Venezuela. The eighth accomplishment, border control, strengthening of the border. Many more police, put a significant dent in the number of border crossings from Mexico. A Customs and Border Protection report revealed a drop in the arrest of unauthorized people by nearly 20% from the year before. That's according to The Atlantic. Trump still promises construction of a border wall. And they say it's coming. Number 9, if you know a veteran, or if you are a veteran listening to For the People, we have a lot of veterans. God bless you. Backlogs at medical facilities for vets were pretty much a big conversation, as you know, in 2017, even in 2016. For the Veterans Appeals Improvement and Modernization Act, big accomplishment. Vets will find more efficient services with claims processed quicker. Other legislative actions signed by Trump helps veterans with education benefits and improved health care. So things are getting better. Things are getting better for vets, which is a good thing. And number 10, recognizing Jerusalem, something that Obama just did not do. You know, Obama was full of a lot of words, like a lot of politicians. It's okay. Donald Trump, he can't do it. Yeah, you didn't build it. Friggin' moron. Donald Trump is a doer. You may not like the way that he talks. You may not like his hair, the way he swoops his hair, maybe how he doesn't jog up and down Air Force One. Personally, I like his style, that he gets it done. He's a man of action. A lot of people have a lot of things they've done in their life. They're probably not proud of the things they said or they did. A lot of things that the people they wish they could take back. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm not offended by Donald Trump. I am especially not offended when the country is moving in the right direction. It has nothing to do, honestly, about party. It has to do with principle for me. If things weren't this great, this good, this soon, we'd be talking about it. We'd have a major problem. But this is a victory. Now, a lot of people say, will it continue? Well, I hope it does, and it should. And I believe it will. We have a lot of challenges, I'm sure, in 2018. 2017 has been unbelievably difficult for a lot of different reasons. Storms, fires, shootings, killings. I saw last year, in 2016, there were 762 dead in Chicago from gun violence. That was more than New York and Los Angeles together. And that was just one city. Got a lot of problems in our country. And the best way, I believe, to be able to combat all of these is love, is respect. It's unity. Pulling together, all of us together. And there's nothing more American than that. It doesn't matter your skin color, doesn't matter your religion. It's a heart condition. And that's my opinion. Number 11, by the way. Number 10 was recognized in Jerusalem. Number 11, exiting the Paris Climate Agreement. A lot of people said the deal could hurt the American economy and jobs. Trump said that after announcing this, he said it's not going to hurt.